Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga gave William Samoei Ruto an ultimatum of 14 days. And we have been counting these days. There are several things he's talking about to do with the IBC, the issue of stolen election, high cost of living, among many other things. And people have been counting days, yes? So yesterday, Raila Odinga, in the company of ODM Deputy Party Leader Wycliffe Ombetha Oparanya, the Kisumu Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, and the Siaya Governor James Orengo, were in Kisumu County for the burial service of the Luo Council of Elder Chairperson Willis Opio. So Raila used that opportunity to explain more on how he's going to deploy the new strategy to mount pressure on William Ruto's government. And this is what he said. Let me just quote him first. There was a dispute about the outcome of August 9th, 2022 general election, and we went to Supreme Court to challenge that. Unfortunately, the courts were not truthful, but now we know the truth on how the election were bungled. In 4 days, I will tell you the way forward. I will come and tell you the route that we will take. We cannot go to 2027 general election with the current Independent Electoral and Boundary Commission, IEBC. That's Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, beside this, Raila is also applying a new strategy as far as the issue of mass action is concerned. Because on 8th, he's saying that he will come and speak and give a direction way forward. Some of the direction as of now is that he's going to use the ODM county branch. So the ODM officials at the county level are going to mobilize numbers and make sure that the ODM supporters are participating in the mass action. So that's just a preparation of ground. So what is happening here is that Raila is shifting from using the coalition leaders who are being tasked earlier with organizing those mass rallies and mass action to now giving that responsibility to county officials. There's a reason behind this, and of course why Raila is changing this way to approach the awaited mass action. That is what we want to look into, but before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. So the big question on this punchline is, why is Raila Amolo Odinga now resorting to use ODM county officials rather than the top coalition leadership in the new strategy to put William Ruto on task, push him on the wall? Now, I think Raila is trying to learn a lesson from the past, because for those who remember, we had NASA coalition. That coalition was the best. It delivered in terms of votes, people voted. But unfortunately, NASA was rigged out. Maraga made a ruling which favored the NASA coalition. But again, we understand they could not go again in the election with the same IBC. That's why Raila Odinga refused to participate in the election that came later. But then there was a push to kick Uhuru Kenyatta from power. And the plan was to swear Raila Amolo Odinga as the people's president. Those people who were mandated with that role, it was the coalition leaders. Ikianza na Musalia Mudavadi, who was a principal there. Alafu tuongeza Kalonzo Musyoka, another principal. And then we had Papa Waroma, who is now the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula. then others. These were people who were given the top role to lead that move. But then all of you understand what happened. During the swearing in of Raila Amolo Odinga, Musalia was nowhere, Kalonzo was nowhere, Wetangula was nowhere. Raila remained with the mainly ODM leaders and a few other people who could come from the coalition. But top leaders did not attend. So Raila is learning that if you depend on these coalition leaders at the top there, they can be compromised in one way or another. Because there's a possibility that Uhuru Kenyatta reached out to them during that time to compromise them so that they cannot attend that swearing. Because, if they were going as a team, that means they are coming as a block. And that was just enough to mount the needed pressure to Uhuru Kenyatta. So Raila is learning that if he use the same way, then some of these current leaders can be compromised in one way or another. That's why he's resorting back to start from ODM county branch officials. So what is he looking into this? Again, number 2, Raila want to lead this mass action starting from his stronghold. That means areas where he's commanding numbers. And if we are talking about that, then we are talking about the Nyanza region. Nyanza as a whole. That's a block that is voting for Raila Amolo Odinga, and he has numbers there. Number 2, we are talking about Western region. 80% it has been with Raila Odinga. That means he wants to use the official leaders at county level to mobilize those numbers from Western region. Then Raila is looking at Nairobi County. He's commanding numbers in Nairobi, so they have a role to play. He's also talking about Coast region, where he managed to have the numbers. So those are the first regions that Raila is going to focus in. Very key. We are talking about 2 cities. Coast, that is Mombasa, and Kisumu, iko hapo. Then we are talking about Western as a region. And then we are talking about Nairobi. So it is 3 cities. Kisumu, Nairobi, and Mombasa. So all of this, they are with the Raila Odinga if they will mobilize well through the county officials. Now from there, if Raila will know that he has this backing behind him, so he will now go further to take the next step. And the next step is now to bring in the leaders from coalition. Kalonzo comes in, and once Kalonzo comes in, he's coming with the Lower Eastern. Ameleta Wakamba wote hapo na wale watu wengine wote wenye wanaamini kuwa Kalonzo ni kiongozi. So Kalonzo will bring that Lower Eastern block awake hapo. So in as much Kalonzo is bringing the Lower Eastern block, already Raila from his side, he is strong enough such that if this other block will not come, the numbers he have is enough to push for what he's looking for. So once Kalonzo bring in this other block, it becomes strong and more stronger. Then after that, the other people is those who believed and voted for Raila Amolo Odinga from Mount Kenya region. Those who are subscribing to Uhuru Kenyatta, Jeremiah Kioni, and Mother Karua. This team will be brought on the block. Then from there, the remaining side will be those people who are feeling that they are oppressed in William Samoei Ruto's regime. There's no food in this country. And yesterday we were sharing an analysis whereby children between age 4 to 8 are forced to slaughter a puppy and have it as a meal. They just eat to survive. That's how far people have gone in this country. And we have a president who is in power. So those who feel that they have been oppressed under this regime will now come in. Now we are talking about the people from Rift Valley who feel that Ruto is shortchanging them. The other people from Mount Kenya who voted for Ruto and they feel that Ruto has shortchanged them. Then other Kenyans across the country who believed in William Samoei Ruto, who voted for him, but now they are learning that Ruto has shortchanged them. These people will come together. And now, reaching that level, it tells you that Raila has a strong army to march forward. This army is very strong, is very significant, and it is enough to mount the needed pressure on William Samoei Ruto to get out of State House. Okay? Kama itabidi wana negotiate, hiyo ni mambo yao. Lakini watu wanasema ya kwamba Raila should not go into a handshake with William Samoei Ruto. They don't want. So, from there, I think that's what Raila Amolo Odinga is looking for. Such that if there will be a betrayal from some quarters, then it's going to remain with the ODM, which is very strong and it's commanding numbers. 3 cities and then more than 4 regions. That's enough. And the regions we are talking about, they are popular regions. So Ruto is remaining with 2. Rift Valley and Mount Kenya. The rest is for Raila. So we'll wait and see what Raila will give after the 14 days. Because he's saying on 8th, he's going to speak. Ataongea on 8th. So we are waiting to see what he will say. Then from there, people will take the directive that he's going to give them. Those who believe in him, those who feel that Ruto has oppressed them. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you so much. See you in our next video.